before you eat later, you know you're going to eat, or you don't want to have like a tour of a rendering plant because you know you're going to eat. I don't like to see stuff that's going to ruin my potential masturbation.
Also, with male circumcision, the male can still orgasm.
No, women actually, you'll find out. We'll talk to Hannah, but my reading on this subject suggests women retain their function.
Okay,
without
I bet she doesn't orgasm.
We'll see.
You want $1?
19,
Put $1 on it.
Decent 50-50
Ursula,
already.
You throw you're going against the orgasm?
Yeah. I'll go for the orgasm.
Ursula goes, okay. Ursula and Drew, she can have an orgasm. Adam and Ann, she can't. We'll settle this when we get back.
Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Ursula Auburn is here.
Hi.
Is that your real name?
Yes.
Wow, it's like a porn name. Ursula had sex with these famous guys, and then what happened was they left messages on her answering machine, and she has sold those messages to IEG, those champions of First Amendment, and now they're putting them up on the internet. And how do you know what to do with a videotape? I mean, I'm sorry, with a cassette of Ian Ziering breaking up with you. I mean, does somebody contact you? What do you do? How do you know?
Actually, it started off with a totally different premise of me being at IEG, and it ended up with the tapes, the messages.
Well, why did you even have the tapes? I would erase.
I'm being a girl. I mean, girls just do that.
You wouldn't erase them?
We save messages.
I don't know any girl saves my messages.
You'd be surprised.
Once in a while, I call my girlfriend up and I speak in nothing but American Indian gibberish for about 10 minutes. I just call up and I go, "Ya hey, nana he chekewa, yana chakaya ya mama kache, Dr. Drew, nana kaya nene chekewa," and I just do it for like 10 minutes and she saves it.
Right.
But that's the only time she ever saves my answering machines. You would, wouldn't you?
Does what with it?
She just saves it, and then sits at work once in a while and listens to me speaking American Indian gibberish. And I'll go on and on sometimes when I'm watching TV. But anyway, okay, so if Charlie Sheen called me, I guess I would save it myself. So, or Jack Nicholson. So you save them, and now you have them, and now what?
I actually wasn't expecting this to happen at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, what's the question? What happened?
Well, I just want to know how, and Drew, you know what I'm asking.
How it went from having these tapes to getting the idea to put them on the internet?
Yeah. What
was this series of events?
Who contacts you? They don't know if you have the tapes. You must contact somebody, or somebody must tell somebody something, right?
Right.
Well, you don't want to talk about that?
No, of course not.
Well, what happened? Well, why not?
Well, they offered me $1 bazillion. I just said, great, have the tapes now.
Well,
I'm trying to think of a good story, something interesting and funny.
Here's all I'm asking. Listen, I'm not trying to put you on the spot too much, but here's all I'm saying. You have tapes of these people, these celebrities, right, saying interesting, embarrassing, humiliating, provocative things.
No, they're not saying anything embarrassing, humiliating, or
well, then who cares then?
They're just, they're funny. They're cute. They're funny.
Okay, so they're saying cute and funny things, and you have them on a cassette, and you think, hey, this has got to be worth something, or I'd like people to hear this. Okay.
Right.
Okay, fine. I want to share this with people. They'd be entertained. Now, if I was in this position, I was holding this cassette, I wouldn't know what to do at that point. I wouldn't know that there was a company that I could sell this to. I would think, well, maybe I'll call the Inquirer, and then I'd think, no, what would they do? Well, they could write the transcripts of Ian Ziering breaking up with you, but that doesn't seem like it would move a lot of copies.
I've actually had a lot of schooling on computers and internet, and
So you're hip to it.
I would spend most of my time in the office on the computer, on the internet. For research.
So you knew there was a market for this kind of thing.
I'm very familiar with the internet and the marketability of it.
So you contacted them, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. So there's nothing damning about that, although, well, a little bit. But anyway, you contacted IEG?
Yes.
And they said, we'd be interested in using this?
Oh, yes.
Because they're, again, trying to educate about the First Amendment via celebrities doing stuff. What else does IEG do?
They have it's an adult
Don't
site.
they have a program where they try to destroy the ozone or something? They're not working
I
on
don't
that?
know, do they?
No, I don't know. They're
think
such
so.
humanitarians, those guys.
I don't think so.
All right, so you give them that. So are we
It's the
gonna
best form of safe sex, though, I'll tell you that.
are we gonna hear some of this stuff? Hey, what do you got on there? Is that her nude? What the hell's Mike
You
looking at?
guys,
What did you
stop it.
pose on? What did
you
you
guys-
pose for, Ursula? Ursula, please.
I'm naked on there, too.
Well, hold on one second, Ursula. Hold on. Shut Ursula's mic off for 1 second. Let me just say something. Ursula, here's the deal. You're selling tapes of you. You're talking about humping Charlie Sheen and Jack Nicholson. You're posing naked for God knows, I don't know what, and you're selling tapes of your phone answering machine with these guys. Now, for Christ's sake, don't come in here and play coy with us and pretend like you just dropped down in the middle of the studio and you were a victim of all this crap. You went out and sought it. So that's what we're talking about. I mean, Mike is punched up the internet. He's looking at pictures of you naked. But that's because you took pictures that were naked and you put them on the internet, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right, then. All right. Don't make Mike look like the rapist that he is just because he's looking up something on the internet. And Mike, let me see that, too. And what were these pictures for? Playboy?
No.
What were they for? You look
Just for the
good.
internet, thank you.
Oh, you just took pictures for the internet? Well, it looks good. I'm going to stand up and see that. Oh, well, you're wearing a gown there. Please. Who took that one? It's horrible.
You're really terrible.
All right. And can we get some of these conversations off of the internet?
Yeah, I guess so. Go for it.
We can?
I mean,
Yes, it's Jack returning your call if I've reached the correct place, which I do not know. Thank you.
he left that message at my girlfriend's house, and
I see.
Yeah.
So that's Jack returning your call.
yeah, when I was staying at a friend's house.
And is there another one of Jack?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Oh, there is. And we got Charlie Sheen.
Hey, Urs, it's Charles calling. It's about 6:15 on Thursday, going to my house for my mom's birthday gathering. And I'll be home all night, you know. And, geez, I'm sorry I was such a grump the other night. I just,
Well,
Oh, he didn't get to that part.
wait, play it some more.
Well, it seems like he drives a nice car.
Either
No,
that or
it
he's
was a
sitting outside
Testarossa.
the
Oh, it's the test. It was a
sitting outside the
I was about to
Toyota
say,
Grand Prix.
I
Yeah.
swear to God, I was about to say that sounds like a Ferrari 12-cylinder
Yeah.
he was driving. Wow.
Where's
And why'd
the
we
rest of
stop that one? Oh, Engineer Mike had something screw up with the tape there. All right, Mike, you want to keep working on that? No? All right. Could you keep working on that? All right, we'll take a call and we'll hear some more. Find out.
We're going back to Hannah. I was talking about the
Oh, Hannah.
female
Wow,
genital
that's
mutilation.
right.
Hannah?
Hi, guys.
All right, so you had a clitorectomy.
All right, wait a minute. Everyone gets $1 out.
What are you betting on?
Now don't answer yet.
Okay.
I want to wait till the money gets down on the table here.
Oh, okay, I know what you're betting on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Drew over here has just put out 85 cents worth of nickels. And you want to get $1 in here, Sweet Pea? Here she comes. All right. Ursula doesn't screw around. She's writing something down. I don't know
I
what
need to
the hell.
remember to do this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We were betting whether you had an orgasm or not. I said no. Ann said no, but Drew and Ursula said yes.
I want to know why Drew said yes.
Because in the New England Journal of Medicine, they ran a review of all the different procedures that have been done to
I was
women.
aware. Yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they ran that about 1.5 years or so ago. And
Yeah.
in there, they talk about clitorectomy and say, much to everyone's surprise,
Yeah.
most women that have that procedure retain their orgasmic function.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm glad that you're knowledgeable about this, Dr.
Oh.
Drew. You are right.
Oh, that bastard. He boned up on the clitorectomy.
You know what is interesting, Adam, though? You are partly correct,
Huh?
because after I found out about it, it became difficult to.
Well, but
that ain't it.
But
I'm
again,
not right. Sorry, Ursula. We got screwed there.
but it is
No,
the.
I said she could have one.
Yeah, Ursula said yes.
Oh,
Ann
I'm
said no.
sorry. You get that.
Yes,
Drew
because-
gets some change
Because
back.
it's more of a psychological controlling
Well,
method than
right.
it is a more biological one.
Well, at this point, you have this incredible trauma inflicted upon you.
Yes.
And to sort of,
Yes.
you're sort of with that memory now
Yes.
in a more conscious way.
Oh.
And how to reconcile that must be very difficult.
It is extremely difficult.
And I think, and frankly, I think that's sort of what people that perpetrate these sorts of things are trying to do to women. They're trying to
Where are you
control-
from again?
And Ursula brought this up
Oh,
on a break.
shut up.
Hang on
Let
a
her
second.
tell us where
Wait a
she's
minute,
from.
but-
It's curious to the
but
listeners.
Hang on, Somalia. But
Thank you.
Yes, we'll get
but men tend to be very threatened by female sexuality throughout history. I mean, you look at Greek images and mythologies about containing the nature as it is symbolized in women, and so this is one way that society is sort of attempting to foist that
I
upon
thought Greek
women.
societies embrace the sexuality of women.
Well,
They listen, it's a real double-edged sword, this feminine sexuality. Guys tend to send a real mixed message, because on one hand, they want a virgin. On the other hand, they're sitting there watching Baywatch all night long and going insane.
in terms of the Greek societies, I am no expert in this, but what I have read suggests there's a lot of important imagery about Apollo victorious over the Amazons and Dionysus. And that's female sexuality. I mean, that's what that is.
Right.
All right. So, Hannah, you had this thing done to you. How old do you believe you were?
I was, well, I've read up a lot about it since I found out, and so I think generally it is done between the ages of 3 and 4, which is really interesting, because when I found out that this happened to me, I've always had somewhat of a brief recollection. I think I blocked it out just because of the pain. I remember like a bloody scream and a painful incident.
Listen, I don't even have a labia. It's starting to hurt.
Yeah, really.
And why do they bother taking part of that? They already got the clitoris.
That might have been just taken off just because these procedures are done, believe it or not, by broken Coke bottles and razors and things of that nature.
And sometimes
now my labia is really hurting.
Sometimes they do that and then sew the vagina up.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's another procedure as well. That's another popular one. Different tribes, I think, have different...
All right, hold on a second. Why perform this with a,
Because the tribe in Africa. It's out in the wilderness somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't...
That's all they had.
It's all they had.
Yeah.
I was surely someone couldn't pony up an X-Acto knife or something? No. Had to use a busted...
They're not quite as technologically advanced.
Use a can, the lid from a can of Dinty Moore stew or something that was rusted. Oh, all right.
Thank you.
Anna, you're all right, though?
So, yeah, I mean, now it's really difficult because, I mean, before I had a really active social life. I model and
See what good they did with.
But maybe that was a compensation for the same thing in the other direction. You need to achieve some more balance. You sound great. It doesn't give you that terrible feeling that we get from people who have really been abused. And just look into it a little bit, try to achieve some more balance in your life, stay in connected relationship with friends, and try to establish some stable long-term relationship with males. I think it'll sort out.
Beauty. I'm going to go soak my crotch. We'll be back.
You have 5 seconds.
Adam Carolla and the fabulously sensitive Dr. Drew.
Oh, that's my new bitch, that Natasha. Oh, boy. All right. Hey, we have Ursula Auburn here. I'll tell you all about her in just a second. We got to go to a little 10-second break, and then we'll be back.
This is Loveline on radio station.
KROQ-FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles.
The world famous K-Rock.
Hey, Earth, it's Charles calling. It's about 6:15 on Thursday, going to my house for my mom's birthday gathering. And I'll be home all night, you know. And, geez, I'm sorry I was such a grump the other night. I just, well, heck, I'll explain when I talk to you in person. I hope you're well, and thanks for not, hating me for it. Okay, I'm babbling. You know where to find me, and that's where I'll be. Hope you're doing well. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
I'm just curious. What does being a grump mean? What did he do?
He was sober, actually.
But what
and
does being a grump mean?
He was grumpy. He was in New York, and he came home, and he had a drink because he had problems with the divorce.
That's not sober.
And no, he had come home and had his first drink. There wasn't
You
even
can't be sober and drink?
Yeah, he's apologizing for breaking his promise, basically.
Oh, I see.
And he was grumpy, and
grumpy,
I guess...
abusive grumpy?
Oh, gosh, no.
Drew, look at Drew
He's
all
never
of a
been
sudden.
abusive to me, ever. He's always just been so gentle.
Right,
I'm not kidding you. I cannot imagine that side of Charlie. I've never seen it.
Okay. Why? What,
I know,
did he do anything to you, Drew?
No, I'm not worried about him so much as I'm just amazed the way people dismiss grumpiness as, oh, gee, sorry. When grumpiness very often is overtly hostile,
Well, on
abusive.
our show it is.
Yeah.
He was a little grumpy, but...
All right. But why is what?
And I would expect Ursula to have. You've discussed her already that you tend to form relationships with abusers. Your husband was an abuser, and so I thought maybe
the guy lived next door to give her a break.
No, I'm saying maybe there's another opportunity. To
all right, listen. I talked to Ursula during the commercial. She's been through a lot in her life, and now I want to make her a little bit of money.
Do you feel guilty?
So
now?
let her give a plug. Yeah, go ahead.
So those messages are coming off of my website at www.clublove.com. So come check it out, and there's a whole lot more fun stuff.
Well, there's Ursula's naked, right?
Yeah,
that's better.
Yeah.
Listen, we don't need to hear Charlie Sheen babble on about going to his mom's house.
And there's some pictures.
For Christ's sake, we'll rent a Charlie Sheen movie. I want to hear him talk. I won't even watch him in a movie.
And that's clublove.com. Everybody, check
Club
it out.
Love.
Club Love.
How much does that cost?
It's free for the first week, and you have to be 18 or over.
It is?
Yes.
It's free for the first week?
Yes, free for the first week.
Yeah, but don't you just tune in the first week?
But I gave you guys the password.
We tune in. All right, so if I tune in the first week, I see you naked, and I hear Jack and, Nicolas Cage, and then I'm done, right?
There's none from Nick Cage. None from Nick Cage.
Oh, okay. But the point is what brings me back the second week?
There's other things on the website. There's this thing called the arcade, which I think is kind of interesting, where you can actually have a visual of a female or a male, and you can tell them what you want them to do, and they'll do it for you. And I've met these girls. They're very, very sweet girls.
They're pros.
And I think that's so interesting. I had no idea that something like that even existed.
So you could play like backgammon with them or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, they got to get naked though.
Oh, well, they are naked. They'll do anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think that's very interesting. And
whenever, by the way, someone says they'll do what you want them to do, it always means drop your pants and spread your cheeks.
Wait, I'm very confused. You mean there's a person sitting there waiting,
the arcade,
or
yes.
he just has you just dial onto a camera that other people are watching?
You choose a performer that you want, but whatever performers are in the arcade.
Did Ice-T have something like this?
Ice-T did have something. Yeah, Ice-T's like Pimp Girls or something. Yeah, I don't know. Listen,
are sweet.
I know the
girls,
computer.
really nice.
The computers. Everyone's nuts with the computer. I don't turn on my computer. I don't know how to work it. I have no interest in any games or anything.
That beautiful office.
Well, good. You probably get outside and actually have a real life.
It's like all I need is one more vice. As if
masturbation and napping. Add the computer. We'd never see you.
Yeah, that's all I need to do is spend countless hours sitting at my desk telling some poor chick who was abused by her stepdad to drop her drawers. I mean, I can watch that on video. It only takes 5 minutes.
Right. I haven't done the arcade, but I've been there, and we did our live interactive, and I met the girls there, and it was interesting. It blew me away.
What a living! What a living! All right, so where the hell were we, Derek?
Yeah.
You're 15.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What's going on with you?
Oh man, a lot really. This past Saturday, I had caught my cousin. She was having an affair with her husband's friend. We had some family sleeping over, and it was about 3:41. We all went to bed, and they had been talking and kind of flirting around,
How old are they?
Well, my cousin, she's 18. Her husband's 23, and her husband's friend is.
All right, so you witnessed some trouble here. Have you talked to your cousin about it?
See, that's the thing. I don't know whether or not I should confront them or.
Have you
wait a minute. Was your cousin's husband there too?
Yeah, he was asleep though.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he was laying right there.
Right there?
Yeah, she did it right there.
Yeah.
The dude was on the floor, and they were on like my bottom bunk.
Yeah.
And,
there's bunk beds and cousins.
Yeah.
What was the name of a Elvis movie? Bunk beds and cousins.
Something like that.
This is why, by the way, everyone who gets married at 18 is suspect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're acting out. You're doing something, for Christ's sake.
Well,
Listen, when you screw around with someone next to the sleeping corpse of your husband or wife, you're asking for something. You're acting out. 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should be terrified.
Yeah, I'm baffled by this whole thing. I think you need to confront your cousin about it and then get out.
Well,
Stay
I
away.
had told my mom, and my mom said she felt like confronting her herself.
All right, that's fine. But you don't just kind of stay out of it. I mean, they've got real trouble. And don't get caught in the crossfire.
They haven't even been married for a year.
Of course. Listen, what's your uncle like?
Well, I mean, he's real nice, you know. I mean,
her dad?
Actually.
What's her dad doing?
That's the uncle.
Yeah. He's nice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was nice. He passed away.
How long ago?
Just like, not this weekend, but last weekend.
What did he die of?
Heart attack.
Oh, boy. Probably heard she got what she was up to.
Sounds like she wants to get caught.
It really does.
See,
why did she get married at 18?
Well, I guess she thought it was love, you know. I mean, I really can't say. I mean, she's had a lot of
classes on love.
Hold on a second. She's
what
had
is
what?
Love?
She's had what?
She's had like a lot of experiences with like other things. When she was like 16.
Yeah.
She so say was in a relationship with a black dude, and he had only stuck it in, you know. At least that's what she says, and then she supposedly did it with another guy.
Hold on, what's the story about the black guy sticking it in?
Okay, well, I don't really know the whole thing. All I know
Derek,
is like
All right, Derek, listen, forget about the bits and pieces of your cousin's sexuality. Your mom knows you're off the hook. Don't get married. Derek, get out of there. Stay away from bunk beds.
It goes deeper than that.
I know.
We are no doubt.
I know there's
We have no doubt.
We believe me, Drew and I both have very vivid imaginations.
It's even not vivid imaginations. We have been through a lot ourselves on this show.
Yeah.
And we know the code. When you say sleeping next to my husband with another guy, say no more.
A bunk bed is enough code for me.
Yeah.
Just having your cousins come sleep over is that's hillbilly enough.
So what should he do?
He told his mom,
That's it.
stay out of the way. The person's chaotic. God knows what the new husband is capable of. And believe me, when you're screwing around with your husband sleeping next to you, your ass going to be caught. Tina.
Hi.
You're 24.
I'm 24.
What's going on?
How are you guys doing? I really want to talk to you about my childhood and growing up, and if I know it's not normal, I just want to know if I'm dealing with it correctly. When I was
whatever it is, just by the way you posed the question, I suspect not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're going with no.
There's a lot that happened.
What happened?
When I was 4, my father murdered my mom.
Oh, my God. Did you see that?
And shot her 8 times, but she survived in the hospital, but the doctor gave up on her. And then, this is so screwy.
They buried her and she crawled out from
what are you talking about?
What happened?
No, my dad shot her.
Right.
She got underneath the car. She started running away into a building to get help.
Mm-hmm.
He shot her again. She went to the ambulance. Went to the hospital and everything. The doctors came, and they supposedly did all they could, but the doctor ended up committing suicide a week later. Scared of malpractice suits, he left a suicide note. Well, my dad ended up killing himself behind the grandparents' house in a swamp.
That's bizarre.
He was a Green Beret, Special Forces. They couldn't even find him. He hid himself so well out in the woods. And so that happened.
So did mom died then?
Mom died.
But the doctors didn't resuscitate her or screwed it up.
She was still breathing, and he just gave up on her.
Something wrong with that story.
All right, there's something up because here's when you worry about malpractice. When Ursula comes in for a boob job and she dies under anesthetic.
Right.
Some chick takes 8 slugs.
It doesn't make it.
There's no malpractice. I could see the court convict her. Well, it's not like she was shot 10 or 12 times.
She was actually. All
right, let's not argue about that. So what's going on with you? So what's up?
That happened. Well, her brother was there.
Yeah.
He was 18.
Yeah.
He witnessed it, everything.
Yeah.
Well, then I grew up. Her parents, my mom's parents, raised me when I was a child, and my brother, and basically lied to us about everything that happened and that whole entire situation.
Boy.
We grew up going, what the hell is going on here? And when I was 14 years old, my uncle, her brother, tried raping me. And
her brother tried to rape.
Right, my uncle.
That's the one that saw everything?
Right, and he got on top of me and was he's like 250 pounds.
All right. So
I
now,
was like 100 pounds. No way was.
All right, what's going on now?
Okay, so that happened. And my grandmother did not do anything. I told her, She did not.
Okay.
Whose side of the family is this, Greg?
My mom's side.
Surprise.
I mean, my dad's side's kooky, but I don't know even who's kookier than what.
All right, so
everyone's kooky.
Yeah, what's going on now? All right, what's up now?
Okay.
Now,
so
today.
This is what I'm dealing with. So that happened.
No, we got but you don't tell us more about the history. There's plenty there. What's
no,
happening?
there's more, like really bad stuff. This is what I do.
Oh, well, I was going to stop you, but I just want to keep. I can't help it. This is like a bad novel. Go ahead.
Right. My uncle murdered his wife.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He's in prison now, and he's going to be up for parole. I don't want him getting out. And just recently, almost 5 years ago, my boyfriend, my childhood best friend, my boyfriend for 5 years, saved his two friends in a car accident, and he ended up exploding because the car was defaulted. The car was screwed up. And I went to the scene the next day, and I was covered head to toe in blood and ashes, and I was picking up the remains of his skin from the accident. And I was trying to keep...
Hold on a second there, Tina. First off, Ursula, what do you got to complain about? This poor girl's life. And secondly, she went to the accident the following day. She was covered and head to toe with blood and skin that she was trying to pick up off the accident.
You know what? Given her history, I wouldn't try to make too much of details.
Oh, okay. Because you don't go to accidents the following day and covered in blood, do you?
Blood is not wet the next day.
No,
you're questioning her.
Dries pretty.
It's just a very
not everything, just some of it.
Right.
She got all right. We'll hear a little more. Tina. Okay, so you went to the accident the next day.
Total shock.
And you're covered with blood.
I was covered
head to toe.
Blood, ashes, picking up my boyfriend's flesh.
Pulling his flesh off of stuff.
I was picking it off the ground. He exploded in the gas tank.
Well, he blew up in the gas tank.
Right.
Don't they have like firemen and stuff come sort of mop up?
They clean the accident up.
Oh, they did.
It's against Ford Motor Company, and his mom is suing so many people.
All right. We are now completely overwhelmed. Now, what's happening today?
It really bothers me is that I don't know if I deal with it right.
No, how can you?
Deal with what?
Because I've dealt with it and everything, and
I can't deal with it just hearing the stories.
Tina. Do you have any kids?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. Oh, now we're talking, baby.
Yeah. No, I want to finish school and make it on my life.
Good. You go to junior college?
Oh, yeah. But the thing is with college is that I'm in the class.
Right.
And the only thing I can do is think of certain things. But the biggest thing that bothers me the most is that when I was 4 years old, my grandfather, I don't know if it was molestation or if it was rape from the time up until I was 12 years old.
All right. At this point, it is a can of Sterno that is colliding with the sun. It's like, hey, do you think that makes it hotter? I don't know. It's just, no, I don't think it makes a difference.
I don't know what the difference is.
Listen, Tina, you've had
let me ask you this.
More tragedies. The Holocaust was not as bad as your life.
I think I'm the Antichrist some days.
All right, listen.
Wait, Tina.
Don't buy any guns.
This is important. Do you have periods where you dissociate, you sort of find yourself in places you don't know how you got there, or you buy clothes, you remember buying them, that kind of thing?
But I can't hear you, what?
Do you have things where you dissociate, where you sort of find yourself in places you don't know how you got there?
I do. I have a big problem with, my grandfather was a diabetic, and I was putting
Oh, that's tragic.
And what?
My grandfather was a diabetic.
Yes.
The smell when you have sugar.
Yes.
It bothers me if I smell that smell on somebody.
And what happens?
It triggers, and it just happened like in the last year.
And what happened?
I get all nervous.
But you don't.
Right,
you don't.
Hold on, Drew. Hold on. You're not going to make any sense.
Yeah, but
Tina.
this is a recipe for a multiple personality disorder.
Oh, yeah.
Or dissociative disorder.
Yeah. Do you have a couple personalities, Tina?
Oh no, not at all.
Just one?
Just Tina. That's it.
Just Tina?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh. Okay, well, hold on a second. Tina.
Hiding it so much.
Tina, are you getting some therapy or something?
I can't stand therapy.
Yeah. Well, it's really for people who need it.
Well, no,
it's not for everybody.
I do know it. I do think I do know it, and everything.
Listen, my dog died of some sort of liver disorder last week. I'm already another year worth of therapy to take care of that.
When a therapist sets you down after you spend hundreds of dollars and they say, oh, you know how you should feel, you just want to tell them, go F off.
Write a script, send it to Hollywood.
Because you will never know how it feels because you're not the blood in my veins.
Listen, Tina. You need therapy.
I do.
All right, so don't try not to resent the therapist so much because it is someone you need. You know what I'm saying?
Are you on medication right now?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay.
All right.
It's amazing that you put one foot in front of the other. God bless you for doing that. Keep it together. Keep it contained.
This Christmas for me to talk to one of my family members about it, my mom's cousin.
Listen, Tina, listen. Don't have kids.
Yes.
Don't buy any weapons.
Right.
And seek therapy.
But therapy will be mostly about containment, and she's managing. She's containing. It's not going to be insight. She's not a candidate for Gestalt therapy.
No,
right?
No, it's not. She's not going to get on any. She's not. It's not talking about fine tuning.
It's
here.
Containing.
It's just pulling that cord and get that mower running.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and trying to get her to feel better, and trying to because what I mean. How much pain and suffering can? To me, it's a testimony of the human spirit that humans can.
I don't know, but Drew,
that.
what about the peeling the skin off the road and stuff? I mean, is that?
I don't know.
And now, how much do you believe? And
but she's allowed some distorted perceptions based on all that stuff. So who knows?
Right. What you're saying is Ursula. What Drew's saying is she's been through so much trauma that she's allowed to exaggerate a little bit. Because God knows what kind of prescription glasses she's looking through now, seeing as how what went on with her when she was younger, right, Drew?
Right.
All right. Hey, you want to kill yourself with me after the show, Ursula?
I would love to.
Can we do that?
Yes.
Why don't we do that?
Okay.
Well, go back to your. Oh, now you're screwed. Killing yourself and this? Oh, I can see you talking to St. Peter. And not only did I kill myself, but I was banging that Adam Carolla. Oh, what a disaster.
I had a boyfriend die of autoerotic asphyxiation.
All right, this is good. Hold on. All right, we're going to break. He wasn't a Green Beret, was he?
No.
We're going to go to break, and we're going to find out how Ursula Auburn's boyfriend died of autoerotic asphyxiation.
That's it. Deliver the goods, the dirty goods.
Yes. I love that song. Too bad we don't have the rest of that song. I really love that song. It says goddamn in that song. I always love that. It's my favorite phrase. Ursula Auburn is here. She, let's see. Let's try to figure this out. Jeez, hold on a second, Ursula. I don't know. Tonight's a mess. Not that it's not interesting to listen to, but I was telling a story about being disoriented when I showed up here.
Right.
My compass spinning around. It's a little bit of a devil's triangle thing going on. We had that last call.
The genital mutilation call.
The genital mutilation call. Tina called. Listen, if 1/5 of what Tina said was true, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Ursula over here's been to hell and back herself. Although it still looks pretty good, I tell you. You're none the worse for wear. Drew is just complaining during the break about all these folks that he's having to admit to the hospital. All of a sudden, all his patients are going nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a big earthquake or something.
Maybe you're right.
There's something going on. I mean,
feels
there's
like
some serious energy blowing around.
We need to light a candle.
Oh, Kenny, where's Kenny Kingston?
Why? I farted. Did you smell that? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know. All right, so Ursula has herself this thing where she dated or had a little hanky-panky at least with Jack.
No, I never actually. Oh, Jack, go ahead.
You never had sex with Jack?
Oh, yes, I thought you were talking about something else. Never mind. Yeah, Jack, yes.
Well,
I thought we were going to talk about Kevin.
The autoerotic asphyxiation film.
Yeah. Nicholas had sex with Jack Nicholson, Nicolas Cage, Mikhail Baryshnikov, and Ian Ziering, and a few other notables. And then they left messages on her answering machine, and she then sold those messages to IEG, the champions of the First Amendment.
Yeah.
God bless those people. Boy, can you imagine where
Society
were those people
that.
during the Revolution? Those are the kind of people
24 years old. The owner, 24.
Oh,
imagine that.
what an amazing individual that is. Tremendous. There's nothing better than those kind of vermin. That's my favorite kind of vermin, the vermin with the entrepreneurial spirit. All right, so anyway, what else do? They do Pamela Anderson's video.
Right. And they're trying to put out the Bret Michaels one.
Right.
Which I've seen, by the way.
In the name of free speech. And what else?
I think they just did Vince Neil's, but Vince Neil sold it to them because he needed money.
Right.
And then they have it's an adult site, it's typical stuff.
All right.
There you go.
All right. They're not putting a bid on the Elephant Man's bones or anything like that?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
All right. So, Ursula, you said you had an old boyfriend who committed autoerotic asphyxiation and then ended up dying because of that.
Yes.
What happened there?
Well, I guess it was something that his best friend actually found him and didn't know that this is something that Kevin used to do. But I didn't know how he died. For a long time, people told me that there was an accident in the house. I had to actually call the coroner and talk and find out. That's how I found out. I couldn't get the details.
How do you put that call into the coroner, by the way? And
the coroner was just they weren't really very professional.
Let me explain about the coroner. The tragedy of death. They see 30 stiffs a day, right? But Drew, quick joke for you. Who was the last man to have sex with Marilyn Monroe?
Who?
Thomas Noguchi. See, that's funny because Drew knows who Thomas Noguchi is. Isn't that funny,
He's
Drew?
not laughing, though. Come on, Drew, laugh.
You know who Thomas Noguchi is?
No, I don't.
He was the L.A. County coroner for many years. It's a funny joke. Isn't that funny, Drew? You know that's funny. It's no good anymore because none of these idiots know who Thomas Noguchi is.
I'm worrying about the big earthquake right now.
Oh, okay.
But Kevin was so beautiful, and
he was a wonderful
28 years
guy.
Old, really beautiful person.
How is it that you call? How do you put a call into the coroner and say, "How did this guy die? Who's not my relative, and I'm not married to him?"
Right,
and they tell
broken
you,
up, too.
and you're broken up. How is it that the coroner says, "Oh, his ex-girlfriend? He died of autoerotic
Yeah, they were
asphyxiation."
laughing at me. They're going, snickering. Oh, the girlfriend, because the way he died was.
Why would they tell you? Drew, would they tell her?
I don't know.
No, you can legally get autopsy records from the coroner. Yes.
Just anybody.
Yes, just anybody.
Well, thanks to folks like IEG who this is part.
You can't get pictures, but you can definitely. And I didn't know for a long time how he died. And it was freaking me out. I'm glad I know.
All right, but what? You're glad you know?
I'm glad. Yeah.
How did you?
A lot of men.
You assumed he slipped in the tub, but now you have the peace of mind of knowing he had a sack on his head.
There was a lot of controversy going on, and I didn't like what I was hearing. I wanted to know the truth. But a lot of boys die of this.
It does happen.
Oh yes, a lot of teenage boys, and they always hide it as something else.
Well, listen.
It's unfortunate. It's very popular.
I'm making a bond with all my buddies that if they find me with like a hefty bag around my head and a pair of women's panties
they
on,
usually hang themselves.
Take the sack off the head, pull a pair of boxers on over the thing, hide the porn.
You trying to tell us something?
Take the TV, take it off Channel 3, put it on C-SPAN, and then wipe down everything and just back out of the house. Let them find me there with some dignity, please.
Well, that's what was done for
Well, until you went and blew the lid off the whole thing.
It's known. It's something that people know about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not a big secret.
Oh, Ursula.
What?
Ursula, Ursula, if we ever dated and then broke up, I'd have you killed immediately. I'd say, look, listen, I'm a nice guy. But I got to put a hit on her. I could just hear you on like a TV show. Adam cried while he masturbated, but I loved him like a son. Jay?
Yes.
You're 29.
Yes, I am.
What's going on with you?
Oh, with me, not much. My girlfriend. When we're together, it's really hard for her to have an orgasm. And I don't feel like it's me. My last girlfriend, she was, like a waterfall. And in fact, this girlfriend, she doesn't have a problem getting lubricated, but the only way that she can have an orgasm is like missionary position, and I gotta be high up on her grinding,
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I want to know, is there any ways that I could make her more sensitive in that area? I mean,
How
I know
about some genital mutilation, Drew? Would that help?
No, we don't want to tear anything up.
All right.
But I've tried thinking that it may be she's just uptight.
Wait a minute. She's having an orgasm while you're
during intercourse.
Her,
that's
right?
already.
Wait. You're talking at the same time, Drew.
Go ahead.
All right. She is having an orgasm while you're having intercourse.
Right.
You're way ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right, Ursula?
Oh my God, you're a lucky man.
Man, you have to go down.
You're a lucky man.
You have to go down to Ursula's root cellar and look for that jar of preserves for hours before she has that orgasm. Am I right, Ursula?
And Jack was the only person that was really able to do it.
Really? You mean orally?
No, I can't have it orally. No.
You can't have it orally?
No, I'm not really. I mean, I can. I just, I prefer.
You're tough nut.
I like having it. I like having it the real way.
You do?
I prefer it that way, yes.
Okay, how do you orgasm more quickly? During intercourse or during oral sex?
During intercourse.
Oh, intercourse. What the hell was she agreeing with me a second ago for?
Yeah, it's like...
Hold on a second. What's going on? Wasn't I just sort of explaining that, hey, you're pretty lucky that you can have it that way? And Ursula was back here going, yes, you are. I'm telling you, you are. Like as if she...
that it was fortunate. Lucky.
My read was, yes, Ursula was sort of saying that many women can't have it this way.
No, a lot of women can only have it orally.
Right. Very common.
Yes, a lot of women.
Okay, now there's
have
confusion on top of confusion, which is a beautiful thing. Drew, are we the two sanest people on the planet? Do you think?
My head is sort of spinning.
Mine is too.
Yeah.
But how come you and I always know what you and I are talking about? Is that because you and I spend a lot of time together?
Might have something to do with that.
All right. Jay?
Yeah.
All right, she's having an orgasm.
Well, this is the thing. See, it's not every time, and it's like if she doesn't, then it's a lot of frustration for both me and her. I mean, I've tried using my hands. Will go down on her for an hour, and and that won't work.
It always sounds like an infomercial to me. You've tried the powders, even the sprays. You've rubbed and scrubbed till your hands were raw. Except for there's
something.
Well, use a vibrator. Can you use a vibrator?
I've tried to talk her into that.
All right. Well, there it is.
I think part of it is,
All right. Wait a minute, Jay. I'm going to share a tip with you that I never use personally, but I know it would work if I wanted to use it. Stop working so hard. Stop trying to give her. You can hear it in Jay's voice. He's frustrated. I use my hands. I've been down there for an hour. I've done everything. Don't make it such a goal.
Yeah.
Just get involved with the experience.
The person, right?
Get involved with the experience.
I
told you I don't do it myself.
Now I'm really spinning tonight. I'm totally confused.
But am I right about this, Ursula? Lose yourself in the moment. Don't go in there with some kind of mission like you're a Green Beret. You got to go in. You got to shoot Charlie. You got to get your POWs out. You got to get them back to base camp. Just relax and go with the experience.
Have a good time. Just
become one.
Yeah.
Right? Simhumpiko, we call it. You think as one. Am I right, Drew? All right, Drew. I want to talk to this Alex guy because sounds like Forrest Gump.
That's right.
Hey, Alex?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, I had so much time. I got notes.
Oh, what's going on there?
Well, I guess it'll help if I just spell it out. The subject is, I guess, female orgasms and their the fluid that emits out of them. It's something that's kind of like got me a little bit concerned because although I've been with a lot of girls in my life, there's been 3 instances where it seems as though they have like an extra amount of fluid or wetness.
Back to the commercial thing.
Yeah, we really are.
And I'm just concerned about is it normal?
Hey, Alex, do you have a twin who's concerned about vaginal fluid as well?
No.
No, okay. It wouldn't make a good commercial. And you really need another twin who's concerned about vaginal fluid.
No,
Alex, it's normal. Alex, normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's normal.
Don't worry about it. You're lucky.
Yeah. Is that good, Ursula?
God.
Well, I mean, but see,
You've been with a woman, haven't you, Ursula?
Is there
really?
a big difference between
I know, but
women, or is it
Charlie
all
didn't
basically the
force
same?
you to be with a woman? No.
There's a lot of difference amongst women, but some people believe that most women can achieve something like that under the right conditions.
Yeah. Some women are like Minnesota, and others are like Nevada. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got 10,000 lakes, and you got the dry, arid wasteland.
Yeah.
No, don't.
Huh? Oh, we'll go to break?
Yeah.
All right, listen, I'm going to get my compass straightened out here. Drew?
Yeah, mine's just spinning.
There's
Can
yeah.
I help?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You're the third corner of our Devil's Triangle tonight, Ursula. All right, stay tuned for hijinks.
Loveline, banter, Carolla, and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Ursula Auburn is here. She, boy, I'm like her big brother now. Aren't I, Ursula?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you help me move?
Yeah. Where are you moving?
I don't know. I just was thinking of some stuff out of storage. I need.
Ursula, you got to write a book, sister.
Thank you.
Ursula has had sex with Jack Nicholson and Nicolas Cage and Mikhail Baryshnikov and Ian Ziering and just to name a few. And a few others I haven't heard of. But anyway, maybe they're just civilians, as they say in the industry. Anyway, they've left their name on, or some outgoing message or some incoming message on her answering machine, and then she's then sold that to IEG, the champions of freedom and free rights and freedom of speech, and I should say human rights and freedom of speech. And now they're... but there's no money in it for them, is it? They're just doing it for the freedom of speech? Right?
I'm sure there's money in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they need money to put it into the fund.
The legal fund. Legal defense fund, yeah.
That's right. All good organizations need a legal defense fund.
Yeah.
All right, so what is that number? Again, why don't you give that number out again?
It's at clublove.com.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, of course, on the internet. So
And
you need a little computer for that. You need to be 18.
Oh, you do?
And yes. And it's free for the first week.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go, at clublove.com.
And you're naked, too, right?
Yes, I'm
You took the
naked.
pictures for the internet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
First time I ever had a photo shoot. First time I ever even had it was nude, too.
Really?
It was,
First time you were naked?
Was, yeah. First photo shoot, first nude photo shoot was interesting, yeah.
Just sponge baths before then? No actual nudity? The first time you were nude in front of the camera,
In
right?
front of the camera,
Right.
yes. I didn't.
Yeah, it seems a shame. But could you stand up real quick? As a
And
quick
they're
look at
real,
you. Real brass?
Yes, they're real.
Wow. Hey, look at that. That's nice. All right. Show Mike. Great. Mike, you take a mental snapshot of that for later? Oh, you got all the pictures? Good. All right. Mike is going to put those
I'm not
pictures
wearing
to
any
good work.
under here.
Oh, you're not wearing any underwear? Oh, you're naughty, aren't you? Now, how'd you pick
Yes.
these guys up?
Well,
Seriously. Where'd you meet Jack?
Jack, I met through a mutual friend. I went to a party at his house, and just
What kind of mutual friend?
an old girlfriend of his, actually. An old girlfriend of his.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I wonder because I was actually dating Baryshnikov at the time, and I think that he had heard about me, possibly from dating Baryshnikov.
Sexually?
No, just he wanted, Misha's new girlfriend. I think he wanted to sort of snag, Misha's girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah,
Like a little
yeah.
competition?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm that way with Drew's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, bad boy. You bad boy.
Well, I'm very naughty that way.
Yeah.
All right,
Drew
so
will kick your butt.
did you have sex with him that night?
No.
No.
I waited. Yeah. He's very persistent.
You waited until he called you up the next day and told you to come over and have sex?
No, he called constantly, and
Mhm.
it was fun. He's
Yeah, what the hell? Go to some Laker games with him?
no, I
No,
didn't.
he didn't take you
no.
out. Just sex you down.
He just sexed me down. That's
Oh,
all I
really?
wanted from him.
How the hell could you focus? How could you concentrate?
What do you mean?
I mean, you got Jack Nicholson on top of you. I always want to say Jack Nicholas. You didn't have sex with Jack Nicholas, the pro golfer, did you? Okay. How about Fuzzy Zeller? No. Okay, so you got this guy on top of you, and he's having sex, but here's a guy you grew up watching. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, hey, Ann, if Jack Nicholson was on top of you, wouldn't you just be freaking the whole time? I mean, how could you focus?
I couldn't.
Like you'd just be going, oh my God, it's Jack. Oh my God.
You want I call people? Do you mind if I use my phone?
Oh, he's great with that. Yeah, he'll let you. In fact, he'll call you at your friends' houses and leave messages. You know, he's a lot of fun. Jack is.
Like, can we call my mom right now?
Yeah, Jack is an enormous amount
of fun.
Hey,
Mom, hold on. Hear me out. I'm getting humped. Hear me out, Mom. Hear me out. I'm not done. It's Jack.
Hello, it's me returning your call. Hello.
No, that's Jack.
Oh, that
Boy.
means he was a little maybe inebriated or something.
Now, let me explain. And here's how you know there's a difference between men and women sexually. There could be no male equivalent to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, Ursula is an attractive blonde-haired woman. She's, I would give her very attractive. Not supermodel, just an attractive blonde woman with a nice set of legs. And don't take that in a bad way. You're very attractive. There's Claudia Schiffer's probably a little better looking than you are, but you're very attractive.
Thank you. No,
and we know guys who are attractive, but we don't know any guy who went over and banged Michelle Pfeiffer and then banged Cher, and then. Well, maybe the one banged Cher. And, then slid all over and banged Heather Locklear. I mean, no civilian guy.
Right.
No guy who's, I don't mean some schlub, but, some guy who's, some guy like Engineer Mike. Oh, please.
And he's got enough balls to talk about it, too.
Engineer Mike didn't get to bang the homeless. But there's no equivalent to this. And why? It wouldn't work. You know what I mean? You can't just go to some party over at Michelle. Imagine I'm going to some party at Michelle Pfeiffer and I banged her. Yeah, I just work in construction. Buddy of mine invited me over there, and we had a couple of drinks. We're out by the jacuzzi, and I worked her right there. Yeah, she let me do it. Yeah. And then she called me 4 a.m. drunk the next morning, wanted me to come over and hump her some more. No possible way. I mean, between Jack and Nicolas Cage, I mean that's really the equivalent to I don't know, Michelle Pfeiffer and Lonnie Anderson, Terry Garr. All right, Vincent, you're 33.
Good evening, Adam.
Hey,
Dr. Drew.
What's going on there?
Oh, it's going good. Hi, Ursula.
Hi.
My son, the ladies have been calling this evening had, clitorectomies, and it seems like they've been taking a beating.
Yeah.
About the penis being hurt a little bit. My son was diagnosed with a narrow urethra, and the urologist wants to operate. And he wants to stick up a microscope up in him and take a look around inside him. He said, we have two other options, and that would be, one, he'll grow out of it. And the other option would be, if we don't operate, he can just learn to live with it.
What are his symptoms?
Well, his symptoms is that when he goes to the bathroom,
it's the ice cream man there?
No, that's my grandfather clock. I got my radio turned off, I got my TV turned off, I know all the rules.
God bless you.
Sherry called, and she told me nothing on.
All right, Vincent, so what are the symptoms?
So anyways, the symptoms is when he goes to the bathroom, he says that it itches, and the difference is a burn to him is like when he stuck his elbow next to the waffle iron, and so he says that the tip of his pee-pee itches.
How old is he?
He is 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so the urologist was...
How long has he had that for?
This has only started since last summer, and so this is one of my questions, Dr. Drew. Wouldn't this have already been discovered?
You would think so.
Okay, this doctor was quick, and he didn't answer our questions.
You would think so. I mean, burning at the tip, way at the tip, all the way at the tip?
Right at the tip.
Yeah, that is...
maybe he got the penis caught in the waffle iron.
Does he have any other symptoms at all?
Well, he says that it hurts in the groin, and I don't think that his testicles have moved down I think they're still up,
Is that what the urologist said?
This is what Sean has said. My son has said that...
well, no, the urologist will check for that. That's a very serious condition.
Okay. But he wants to take the microscope thingy, do the operation, and look around. And then
yeah, but that's just a cystoscope. That's nothing. That's no big deal.
It's not an operation.
It's not really even... Well, it's not really an operation. No knives involved, anyway. And your friend Jimmy had this.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, he had that...
Yeah.
That what do you call it, cystoscope?
Cystoscope, yeah.
I thought he just had the widening chopstick.
I think probably did cystoscope first.
He had the remascope.
Yeah, he had the remascope too, which is probably what they want to do with Vincent's son.
Oh, that ain't right. That ain't right.
But at that age, you wanna be careful about this kind of thing. Is he have any ADD or anything like that?
No,
nothing
he's
else.
in really good health and he's on no medications.
But behaviorally, nothing else going on.
Nothing going on, and we thought it was the pool water, and then we thought it was the bath water, and so on and so forth. And so we thought it should have been discovered already. And do you think it could be maybe psychological or his diet?
Not the diet, but it certainly could be psychological. I mean, I've noticed that I've treated a number of men with obsessive-compulsive disorder that develop a very similar symptom to that, a feeling of like an intense itch or discomfort at the tip of the penis. They're just preoccupied with it all the time.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean there's not a medical problem causing it. I think looking at the urethra ultimately is an important thing probably to be done. But
do it now before he's learned to really count on his penis.
I don't know that's such a great idea.
All right, so don't do it.
And I make sure you see a pediatric urologist.
All right, is that a penis urologist?
For kids.
Oh, I see. That's got to be a tough gig. That's got to garner a few laughs. What are you, pediatric urologist?
They specialize.
You specialize in small penises?
No, they end up repairing this,
All right, but you diddle kids for a living, young boys. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Think about that. They have pediatric gynecologists?
Yes.
And they're guys?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little...
Or something.
That's a little suspect.
Dana.
Yes.
What's going on? We have 1 minute.
Okay.
All right, well... Oh, I didn't feel like I yelled at her enough. Dana?
Yes.
Okay, we have 1 minute.
Okay. Hi. Can you hear me?
Okay, now... now we have 15 seconds.
Okay.
All right, let's try this again. Dana?
Yes, hi.
Okay, we have 15 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to ask, I had a baby 3 months ago, and I had gotten an epidural, and I was wondering if it was normal for my spine to still be sore.
Mm-hmm.
Sore?
Sure, you have 6 seconds?
It's very painful. Just kind of sore at the spot?
It's very...
Oh, ran out of time. Oh, okay. Drew, go ahead, you bastard. Hurry.
What do you say, it's very sore?
It's, well, right where the injection was, it's still a little sore. And if my husband touches it, it makes me feel a little nauseous, and then the pain starts shooting up my spine.
You get any headaches?
I have been lately. I started getting migraines.
Do you have migraines before?
Yeah, but very occasionally. Now I'm getting them, like, monthly.
I would check out, maybe see the anesthesiologist or your gynecologist who had that performed upon you. You can get actually a spinal leak from after an epidural, and the headaches are a typical symptom of it. And if it's not healing for some reason, just get it checked out. This is not normal.
Fantastic. We'll be back.
I feel so...
Yes, it is. All right, it's been the world's weirdest show.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'll tell you, the conversation with Ursula off the air has been stupendous.
Really?
Yeah. You attracted to me at all?
Yes, I am.
Are we
going to go out?
Oh, really?
What are you doing afterwards?
Have my girlfriend remove her loafer from my ass. She's had enough of me. Believe me. And believe me, after Jack and Charlie and all that,
I'm never going to get another date again.
You'd be
never.
done with me.
I'm never.
I'm not up to that kind of stuff. I do enjoy having oral sex performed on me, if that's any help at all. But other than that, I'm pretty weak in bed. I don't. I mean, ask Engineer Mike. I don't. I couldn't. I'd be way too intimidated.
Oh God.
I really would. Imagine you're used to Jack and Nicolas Cage and Charlie Sheen, and here comes old
Ian Ziering.
Here comes Adam,
the turtle. Adam the turtle.
Yeah, Yertle the Adam turtle. All right, Drew.
We gotta go.
This
show's got
Tower of Babylon over there. Ursula,
come check me out at clublove.com, please.
Tower of Babel.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Clublove.com. Come check me out, please. Thank you.
All right. And until next time, Sam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are not necessarily those of the staff or management or producers or directors or the advertising or anyone. They might be Bob's.
I'm Bob, and they're mine.
The producer of Loveline is Ann Wilkins. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.
Grr, arg. We now return you to your highly tested, regularly scheduled programming. Bye.